The table gives some information about the speeds in kilometres per hour of cars, of 100 cars. So we can see that there's 15 cars that travel between 60 and 65 kilometres per hour. There are 25 cars that travel between 65 and 70 kilometres per hour, and so on. On the grid, draw a histogram. The key thing about the histogram is the frequency density. You must draw in the frequency density column. If, when I'm marking papers, if I don't see a frequency density column on the end of your table, 99.9% of the time, the students has got it wrong. So I need to see this here. The frequency density, remember, is the frequency divided by the width of the bar. So in this first case, the frequency is 15. The width, well, the width between 60 and 65, the difference between those is 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. The next, we've got 25 divided by the width of this bar between 65 and 70. The difference between those is again 5. So we've got 25 divided by 5, which is 5. Next, we've got 36 divided by, right, the difference between these is 10. So 36 divided by 10 is 3.6. And then we've got 24 divided by 20. Well, 24 divided by 2 would be 12, and then divided by 10 is going to be 1.2. So 24 divided by 20 is 1.2. Remember, a quick way of dividing by 20 is to half it and then divide by 10, which is what I've done here. Okay, so these are the values that I'm going to plot on my y-axis. So let me label that up. I'll call it frequency density. And I need to choose a sensible scale going up here. So I need to go up to 5. So maybe if I called each big square here, you can see here are my big squares. If I call each one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that allows me to get all the bars in, and it gives me a sensible scale because then each little square here is worth 0.1. So the first bar between 60 and 65, 65 is here. Between 60 and 65, the frequency density was 3. So we're going to go all the way up to 3, which is here. So there we go. There's the first bar. The second bar between 65 and 70 goes up to 5. That was the tallest one, so that needs to go all the way up to the top now. There we go. That's the second bar. Drawn that a bit dodgy. Next, between 70 and 80, so 70 and 80, so the width here is 10, we go to 3.6. So 3.6, here's 3, so 3.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3.6 is that point there. So we need to go up to that point for this next bar, like so. And then finally, between 80 and 100, so over here, the width here is 20, we need to go to 1.2. So 1 is here, 1.1, 1.2 is that line there. There we go. Okay, so we have drawn our histogram. That was part A of the question. Part B, work out an estimate for the number of cars with a speed of more than 85 kilometers per hour. So let's look on our graph. 85 kilometers per hour is here. That's 85 in the middle of 80 and 90. So we want the cars above that. So if I was to draw my line here at 85, I want the cars that are above that. How many are in here. Well, I know in the whole of the final bar, in all of this final bar here, between 80 and 100, I know that altogether that was 24 from the table. And this shaded bit that I've just drawn in, that is 3/4 of the whole bar. Hopefully you can see if I just mark that on a different colour. If I mark on these lines as well, it might be a bit clearer. You can see 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 of the 24. So 3/4 of 24 is 18.